Hello, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to the State of the Channel Address. I am Quill18. It's been a while since we've done one of these things, and we just crossed over the 200,000 subscriber mark, so it felt like a good time to talk about where the channel has been, where the channel is going, what's going on in my life. Hey, how you doing? All that kind of stuff. Before we get into any of that, though, I want to address right away that next week I will be in Mountain View, California, and specifically on Wednesday I will be doing a fan meet there. So if you're anywhere in or around Mountain View, California, and at this point I will make sure to mention that, last time I did a fan meet up in Germany, I had people come from other countries to attend. So I'm hoping to see people from, at least Utah there. Anyway, Mountain View, California, Wednesday, January the 28th at 7 p.m. I'll be having dinner at some place called Stein's Beer Garden and Restaurant. It's apparently a German beer garden inspired place with gourmet American comfort food. I don't know what it is, but it sounds really, really good. There'll be a link in the description down below to the Facebook event. If you do have Facebook, I do invite you to please confirm your attendance there so I know how many reservations to make. If you don't have Facebook, then email me at quill18@quill18.com if you are coming, just so that, everyone's got a seat. That would be really nice. And for those of you in other places, there will hopefully be some more fan meetups announcements very soon. Specifically, Stockholm, Sweden, probably on February the 14th. Probably. Stay tuned for more information. I'm still working out my schedule there. So, let's get right into this and talk about different things. So yes, subscriber milestones are not something that I celebrate for myself. It's not something I did. It's something you guys did. There's very little that I can do that has any impact on whether or not someone hits that subscribe button. All I can do is make videos. And so I celebrate myself whenever I hit, when I hit 1,000 videos, 2,000 videos, 3,000 videos. We're closing in on 4,000 videos. That's when, I treat myself to a nice dinner and a nice bottle of scotch or something like that. But, so all I can say for the 200,000 is thank you guys so much for making this all possible. I think we have built a very, very cool and interesting community based around games that really they're not terribly mainstream games. Some are more popular than others. Certainly lots of people know about Civ, and CK2 and EU4, for example, have sold exceptionally well. But it's still kind of on the fringes of gaming, let's be honest. And it's really cool to have built such a big community around there. People are generally very, very nice in the comments and emails on Twitter, all those things. And, just thank you for making my life so special and awesome. It's pretty wild to think that this is a thing that can exist. Whew. All right. So now that I'm done, thank you guys. First thing I got to do is apologize for the fact that for the next couple of weeks, we might have a few gaps in the videos. And that is because of the travel that's coming up. So next week, again, I will be in California. The reason for that is not related to the Quill18 channel. It's actually related to the Quill18 Creates channel, which is my programming channel. I will be... honestly, I don't 100% know what I'm going to be doing exactly, but I will be visiting a certain very large computer company known for their search engines that is housed in Mountain View, California. And I will be talking some tech stuff and programming stuff with them. And as soon as I know more, I will let you guys know. I'm going on this semi-blind. They're like, hey, do you want to come down here and go to the Google? I'm like, yes, I would like to go to the Google. And they're doing some very cool stuff that I'm very interested in seeing how it's going to go. So I will let you know when I know. So I'll be gone next week. And then I'm back for just about a week, and then I'm instantly gone again to Sweden for the ParadoxCon press event. I hate that they call it PDXCon because everyone always expects it to be like a public fan convention, and it is not. It is simply a press event. They're going to be announcing new games, showing off new games. I am going to be sitting down and having some interviews with a few people. I'm still not really good at doing those live interviews and, recording them properly. I think I'm going to have a good setup for that. I'm hoping to get you guys lots and lots and lots and lots of content from Paradox. If you guys have any questions for the Paradox people, either the Paradox Development Studios people, the people who make the in-house games like EU4 and CK2 and Hearts of Iron 4, for example, please let me know in the comments down below. I will read them. And also keep in mind that they're also Paradox Interactive. Oh my god, Sweden is just disintegrating in the background here. Denmark is just gobbling them up. I don't think I've ever seen this exactly. Crazy. What is it? Oh, independent Finland. What was I saying? And the other thing is that they are Paradox Interactive, which means they are also a publisher of many games. So if you've got any questions about games they're publishing, for example, city's skyline? You might want to ask some questions down below, and I'll see what I can do. I know for a fact I'm going to be sitting down with the developers of quite a few of these games, some of which for some one-on-one, some of which I'll be playing the games, so lots of opportunity to get some data in there. And we're really looking forward to that, and looking forward to being in Sweden again, although being in Sweden in February might be a little less attractive than other possible configurations, but honestly, it's still going to be better than life in Canada. Sure, Sweden is further north, but because of, I don't know, the jet stream or something like that, it is warmer and there's a hell of a lot less snow, at least in Stockholm, for sure. So because of all that travel, I'm going to try to pre-record as much content as possible, but it is entirely possible that I will find myself in a situation where there's a few days where we end up with no videos. Also, it means there's not going to be a live stream on the 14th, unfortunately, because I will still be in Stockholm. I'm flying home on the 15th, and probably, and I won't even record until at least the 16th, if not later, which means if there is a gap, the first videos might start up again on the 17th or something. Well, I'll cross my fingers. I'll try my best. The problem is the 2 back-to-back trips are going to make it extremely hard to have enough pre-recorded stuff. But I will try to get some footage in Sweden, including maybe not live stream one, like making a video there and then upload it while I'm there. Sometimes it can be hard to get decent internet in hotels though, but I'll try my best. What's been going on the channel? I've been trying a few new things. I mean, I'm always trying to mix things up a little bit. And there's always been some things I've always felt bad that I didn't do. I always felt like one of the things I should do on the channel is a semi-regular sort of news update, what's going on in the world of gaming kind of thing. Like, as opposed to being an exclusively Let's Play channel, I thought it would be, like, I always think it would be nice to do that, because some people just don't read the gaming sites and different things. Ooh, there's Russia. And would, probably, like to hear filtered, relevant information. Like recently I put up a video, as soon as I got a press release saying that there was this thing called Sid Meier's Starships that was coming out, and I was like, okay, people probably want to know this. I will make a short video, I think it was like 3.5 minutes long, letting people know what's in the press release. And I'm going to put it out there. It's going to have like the 7 screenshots I have access to, plus the text of the press release. And it's basically just like going to an online news magazine, right? Like if you go to PCGamer.com or something like that, they'll have these articles that are basically paraphrased versions of the press release, if not the press release itself. So, let me know if that sort of thing is good, bad. Some people thought it was really, really useful. Some people were like, this is stupid and I hate it and I'm unsubscribing. And, it's fine. Everyone's got, different opinions and it's good. I need to know the feedback from people who like it and also the people who don't like it. Hopefully the people who don't like it are nice about it. The way I usually see these situations, it's something like 90% of the people really don't care that much one way or another. 5% of the people really, really love it, and 5% of the people really, really hate it. And so it's sort of like no win, no lose. But you guys let me know down below what can be done. I could maybe try to figure out a digest or something like that, like, accumulate everything for a month. But the problem is, and this is the other reason I put up that update, because I know whenever something like this comes out, I get spammed like crazy on email and Twitter. It's like, hey, have you heard that there's going to be a Sid Meier Starship? And it's like, yes, I'm aware. And so putting out a video like that sort of helps to offset that sort of thing. So, so maybe that would, so maybe that sort of thing's a good idea. And that's the idea against doing it as a digest at the end of the week or the end of the month, for example, because there'll still be tons of people trying to communicate to me about this thing. I'll be like, yeah, I know, just I'll make a video or something. But at the same time, I don't have any real information to give out. For example, the reason I've held off talking about EU4 El Dorado, the expansion, because until just today, I saw the dev diary, the first dev diary, which has some first real sort of crunch about it, as opposed to the sort of just lightweight bullet points they put in a press release. And I was like, oh, now it's interesting. Now there's something to talk about. Until then, I wasn't really excited. So I didn't do one for El Dorado, although maybe I should do one now that there's a dev diary out. And that, but it's also incomplete information. We don't know anything we don't know everything until all the dev diaries are out and the expansion is released. And so anyway, you guys let me know. Enough babbling about that. Other new things that are coming up. Oh, I've been meaning for a while to maybe throw in an extra live stream, maybe partway through the week. It would be a shorter one. It looks like what I'll probably do starting on the 18th, after I'm back from being in Sweden, although apparently there's no Sweden anymore. If I'm looking at the map, it just looks like there's Denmark. I will be starting on probably Wednesdays in the afternoon. I will be doing a Civilization Beyond Earth live stream. And so I've been meaning to start one up for a while, but actually 2K like approached me and said, hey, if you ever thought about doing a Beyond Earth live stream, we'd like, link to you and advertise it and stuff. I'm like, yeah, that sounds good. Let's do some of that. And obviously, like in those sort of situations, it's always like, okay, what kind of relationship is appropriate with businesses? And it's really funny because I feel people get it wrong. Like when I did the SimCity video ages ago, right? Just SimCity Let's Play. People were like, "Whoa, how much did EA pay you for this?" And it's like, EA doesn't even know I exist, first of all. And the companies you should be worried about, like, why aren't you concerned about my relationship with Paradox, for example? They keep flying me out to cool destinations and whining and dining me. And, what kind of impact does that have on how I feel about the Paradox games? I mean, I think I legitimately just like them and enjoy them and really love to play them. But I don't know. If I was being biased, I wouldn't be aware of that. I mean, they don't pay me. They don't do anything like that. But trips around the world and dinner and drinks and things, how is that not a different form of payment? So it's funny that like people are concerned about the ones I'm not concerned about. I'm concerned about how relationships with Paradox affects things, which is one of the reasons I don't do reviews though, because I never want to get in that position where I don't know what's what. All I do is like, listen, I'm having fun playing this game, so I'm going to play this game. And I'm going to have to let that sort of stand on its own and hope that it works out. But, I try not to call myself a journalist, although other times I do, push to people as like, oh, I'm press, so give me a free game or something of that thing. I don't know. It's such a big, giant, knobbly mess. With that in mind, one of the things that's going to be happening this week or the next week, there will be a pair of videos about Grey Goo, which are, they're a sponsored Let's Play. I don't know what that means. Again, it's 2 episodes. I play 2 missions. One mission per episode. I play it exactly. I was planning on playing Grey Goo. I was planning on covering it. And through Polaris, my YouTube network, there was a chance to like, hey, we will pay you to do a Let's Play. Okay, I will do that. And so I have a big warning at the start of it. Like, it's already recorded and everything, because I got a pre-release copy because of this. It was like, yes, I'll have a pre-release copy and play it now and then make a video, and then you'll also pay me? Sure, sounds good. So there's a title screen that announces that it's sponsored content. It's all disclaimer and description, all these things. Like, I'm aiming for full transparency because I wouldn't want to imply otherwise. I'd like to believe that the video I made here is exactly the same sort of video that I would have made anyway. But I don't know. There's no way for me to know. And of course, there's no way for you to know, which is why it's important that you never take anything I do as a review, but especially anything that's marked as sponsored content. And I've always marked everything that's sponsored as sponsored. So hopefully that gives you some protection there. But yeah, it's a weird situation because even in getting a free game, what's the line there? So I don't know if you've noticed, but like almost all of my videos recently, where I've gotten a game free for any reason, has a disclaimer on it saying, hey, this is a free copy of the game, because I think it's important to disclose it. And wow, Lithuania just collapsed. But yeah, so I don't know. So sometimes I feel weird. And sometimes people make me feel weird and bad when even it's not necessarily appropriate. Always remember, if you've got any concerns about anything, don't be mean about it. Let me know. You can even just email me directly if you want. I don't mind. We can have a talk about whatever. And probably I'm being too sensitive about things. But another thing that's kind of related is I'm the moderator over at Reddit, reddit.com/r/civ, the civilization community there. But I'm really not an active moderator. And it's because I'm always worried about having this like super massive conflict of interest in that I might like to go to the Civ community and post that I'm doing Let's Plays or this or that. And I don't want there to be any conflict of interest. So as a result, I don't post anything to the Civ community anymore, and I also don't moderate because I'm like so freaked out about whatever, and it's probably stupid. But there it is. Something really exciting did happen this week, actually. It's coincidence with the 200,000, but this week my local town newspaper actually interviewed me. They found out that this thing called Let's Players and YouTube exists. And so they interviewed me, and I was in the newspaper, my local newspaper. I'm like, hey, I'm acknowledged by the real world for a change. which is, you know, kind of neat. It was funny because people on Facebook were linking it. It was like old people I went to high school with, and they were linking the article, and they were like, oh, I totally knew this guy. I went to high school with this guy. And was like, man, people are like bragging about knowing me. That is so fucked up. Yeah. Seriously, though, all this famous stuff really does not work for me. So I don't know how to deal with it. I don't know how to, you know, properly. I've been running the YouTube channel for, what, 8 years now, and I still have no idea what I'm doing. All I can do is just keep kind of doing shit and hope it keeps working out, which has literally been my entire philosophy since the start of time. So thank you, everyone who's watching. Thank you, everyone who's subscribed. Thank you, everyone who's supported the channel in numerous ways. You guys really are the greatest audience on YouTube and on Twitch. I mean, there's no denying it. You go to any other Twitch chat and you go to our Twitch chat, and it's a completely different beast. And a lot of that has to do with our great moderators, and a lot of the credit needs to go there to Essentia Modica, especially, who is my wife and also the chief moderator of the chat. The chat is so civil and smart and focused and not spammy, that, like, I want to be able to read 100% of the text in chat because it's always, you know, so on point all the time. And the YouTube comments, to a great part, are there too. As long as, you know, people remember that there is a human being making these videos, and if you do have any sort of critique to give about the gameplay or some other aspect, you know, remember, imagine you're talking to someone in real life and how you would approach someone and try to, you know, tell them that they should do something without you getting punched, or vice versa. If you're playing a game, how would you like someone to approach you and make suggestions to alter your gameplay, as opposed to saying, oh my god, you suck, you didn't know this, you know, particularly obscure thing, especially if it's a game that someone is new about, like RimWorld. I'm just saying, you guys, be nice. And generally you are. But there's a few people who are like super aggro about feedback. I think they're disappointed that I haven't put like 600 hours into RimWorld like I have in some other games. But yeah. All right, I gotta quit rambling. I don't know, maybe I should get a drink or something. See you next time. Bye-bye, folks, and thank you again.